Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello friends, introduce me to Ayu Nuriyah Syibly as the moderator of Group 6, and I will introduce my group friends. Sumiati will explain the first material, then I will present the second material myself. There is Maharani who will present material 3, Dea Silviani who will explain material 4, and Nisna Nursarofah who will explain the last material. To make the time more effective, I invite the speakers to explain the material. Listen carefully.
The effective classroom interaction course. The ACE course was designed to improve teacher-child interaction through international teaching. With its concept lead as knowing, seeing, doing, and reflecting, video literature and reading with content of children development and effective international video exemplar of classroom interaction allowed teacher to see what effective international look like. Teacher also had opportunities to practice learning skill and reflect on their footage by reviewing captured video footage and completing reflective homework assignment. Consistent with the captured video footage and completing reflective homework assignment. Consistent with the innovation model, which suggests that openness to productively and constructively express oneself and one's emotions are partible to inhibiting emotion expression. Teacher were international provided various expressive outlets through the course all teacher and access to homework. And this session board, which support reflection, provide access to teacher and had access to homework, and decision board, which support reflection, provide and sense of community and allowed learner to receive feedback. In of community and our learner to receive feedback. In addition, teacher were randomly assigned to receive additional support, either reflective reading assignment or charging for introductory charging indefinite as professional development. Where cause or fair observed teacher international and provide semester of years, context, speed and posted on direct skill cueing is supported by research which suggests that having an expert to personally compare with support chain. Sourcing in ACE involved just observing teacher instruction or video and popping back to how to semester. The context posted on district skill associated with effectively interacting with you children. Teaching child involved teacher learning how to effectively interact with children, seeing video example from others. Teacher learning how to effectively interact with children, seeing video example from other classroom or via the online course, practicing in the our classroom, video recording from servers. Previous study found that ACE teacher who received teaching or compared to those who did not receive teaching the most advantageous change to their teaching practice. Overall, this suggests that teachers will head to sport of a church where most successful in translating new knowledge into practice. However, little is known about who teacher will be teaching in ICE and how VD support might have appearance being. 2. The importance of teacher well-being in professional development. Teacher well-being is broad concept which encompasses a person's multidimensional evaluation of his or her life, including affective evaluation of emotion, abilities, and moods according of the professional classroom model. Teacher well-being plays an important role in developing close relationships with students, creating healthier classroom environment, and ultimately improving social and academic costumes for students. Teacher well-being is especially important in VD that delivers socially and emotionally salient content because such VD relies heavily on the teacher or social emotional skill. Furthermore, the consideration of teacher well-being is especially relevant in only VD, which may potentially isolate region. Past research has shown VD might have either unpromised or hindering effect on aspect on teacher well-being, which might be determined in part by the types of support that are preferred. Deep and broad, multimedial in nature of well-being studies often consider spectrum phase of being. That's present study focus on self-efficacy, burnout, and stress. 3. Self-efficacy. Self-efficacy refers to the belief in oneself to be successful and overcome challenge, and the context of the classroom to successfully teach and promote student learning. Various studies have linked early childhood teacher self-efficacy with teaching practice and child outcomes. For instance, more self-efficacious teacher report closer, less conflictual relationship with their students. Self-efficacy has been shown to relate specifically to quality of instruction as well as student achievement. Self-efficacy may decline in VD, often referred to as the implementation dip, due to upper vertical skill. Whitley foresees that such dips might actually incite change of facilitate positive growth during the change process. However, it is true that eventual rebounds in self-efficacy are thus because they leave the teacher with a sense of capability and agency. Teachment more and master. If we get how elementary school teacher say self-efficacy change in VD that included various types of support and the which was teaching interesting. Stress and burnout. Stress refers to mental emotional strain that result from adverse circumstances in early childhood classroom. There are various circumstances that might cause teachers to feel stress, such as destructive student challenging, work conditional, or workplace disputes. The inability to effectively cope with chronic pressure may lead to burnout, a physiological condition with unconscious emotional exhaustion, depersonalization, and lack of personal accomplishment. According to Maslow, emotional exhaustion involves feeling of emotional frustration, fatigue, and strain. Depersonalization force negative perception of others and the self-teacher. It refers a lack of regard for an overall impersonality toward others. Lastly, personal accomplishment, personal self-evaluation, stress, burnout, even lead to various negative consequences such with students similar to self-efficacy mental health consultation have been sought to potentially alleviate job-related stress. PD may reduce teacher stress before feeding new knowledge that can facilitate use of effective classroom practice. Within more several studies have shown that teachers will report higher levels of initial stress and emotional exhaustion are more highly engaged in PD program to provide training support. Suggestion that teachers might be more highly motivated. However, it is unclear what support with PD might have allowed teachers who were already feeling stressed at the beginning of the international to first. In the PD, to summarize, most of the previous work has focused primarily on mental health, consultation, and professional teaching outside on the online context. The future study will extend previous work by also considering retrofit with an online.
The first is to now give an increase in offering from PD to young children teacher. Ayum and NRC 2012 and an online learning expansion Guild 2011. It is important to understand the ways used in the preschool online teacher well-being. Specifically, we need a better understanding of how online PD should be designed, what kind of support to include, and why. The research in focus on an inner preschool teacher, the context of HL's online intervention to answer the following research question. Number 1, to what extent are teachers self-efficacy, burnout, and stress as a result of HL's professional development intervention? 2. How teacher take expression in support informed why change in teacher says PCH, burnout, and stress may have occurred. Then number 2, method participant. Preschoolers are encouraged to participate in HE through a local context in 3 different states geographically throughout the United States, Teachers receive professional development training how to participate in the course and compensation for participating in the research. The majority, 98%, teachers are females, 56.4% identify white, 20.2% Hispanic, 10.6% Black, and 5.4% Asia, American, Indian, multi-race, or whatever. In all education achievement, 36.2% teachers have less than bachelor, 43.6% have a bachelor degree, and 1,008% had an S degree average. Guru had 8.55 years of preschool teaching experience. And then number 3 is progression. Once the teachers are approved, they are blocked by the location and established one-for-one of the 3 locations. The teachers scrambled into a condition of treatment or control for the remaining sites, and teachers are assigned to receive treatment. Furthermore, all treatment teachers are random to receive a course only, and equals 29 coaching and 25 for effective writing, and 20 is described more in the table below. Treatment teachers were also randomly assigned to one of the 3 instructors who servers and the primary contact participants. Instructors are experts in the field of the early childhood education and are fluent in the content. Testing is done of FF links between treatment group. The control group is designated fields ethically diverse than all the treatment group. Teachers in control group are also more likely to withstand teacher degrees than effective coaching and rewarding condition. Finally, the coaching condition contain fewer teachers with degrees than only the condition of the course. As a result, reach and educational attainment are controlled in analysis. There of reduction, sick medical teacher completed a free course survey but did not complete any course. Additional treatment teacher went down at various points throughout the semester. The majority of these teachers, 61%, report leaving the course for personal reason or time. The test carried out to find out if the teacher during various from tenacious insignificant teacher cannot be found. Because of the missing data, strategy is explained in more detail in the analysis section. This reduction did not affect the sample used in the analysis criteria and equals 89.
Effective classroom interaction course overview. The effective classroom interaction online course includes supporting young children's social, emotional, and regulatory development. Was designed to be complete in one academic semester. The content was based regularly on the teaching from interaction framework domains of emotional support and classroom organization, which relate to engaging in positive communication, being sensitive to children's needs, having regard for students, managing behavior, and organizing the classroom. Coaching function. In addition to the course materials, teachers in the coaching condition have up to 5 one-on-one telephone conferences with their young class. Conference occur weekly and lasted approximately 30 minutes. Conferences were designated as opportunities for teachers to discuss context, ask questions, and receive feedback from their instructors. There were 5 main goals of coaching. 1. Relationship building between the instructor and teacher. 2. Building motivation to change and engagement in online materials. 3. Develop teacher understanding of child development, effective teacher-child interaction, and target strategies. 4. Building self-assessment and self-awareness skill. And 5. Translating knowledge to practice by assisting with planning and goal set collective working conditions. In addition to the course material, reflecting working teacher receive supplemental working forms encouraging personal reflection on their teaching practice related to a specific child. The goal of the relative working assessment was to provide teacher an expressive outlet for reflecting on classroom challenges. Specifically, a teacher in this condition were asked to identify a child with whom they had trouble interaction with effectively. Fidelity of intervention. Several procedures were used to ensure fidelity of intervention. First, course content was regularly delivered through videos and thus all participants received the same exposure and structure to the content. Second, grading of assessment and the provision of feedback involved standard rubrics and responses were reviewed across instructors to ensure consistency. Third, regular meeting across courses to review coach session and provide feedback to ensure fidelity of content.
Quantitative measure teacher completed a victory and questionnaires before and after the course, along with demographic information teacher reported their findings to Self-Efficacy, Burnot, and stress described in greater detail below. The descriptive studies for measures can be found in Table 1. Burnot with machine use, much like Burnot inventory. It has demonstrated validity and reliability in several studies. The child has 22 interest with emotional exhaustion from students as if they were in personal and personal conflict. Teacher reported increasing frequency which they relate to a given statement using 7 points were in reflection number and 7 reflection every day. Analytic plan. Quantitative analysis to determine the extent to which teacher self-efficacy, burnout, and stress changed as a result of a given investigations were conducted for a restrictive outcome, specifically the outcome was regressive on this treatment. Coaching, reflective writing, and control demographic and response measure time, which allow for estimate fortune. There were also only teacher in this treatment conditions test for significant differences among introduced groups. Non-significant results were found, and those results further for model purchasing all participants will be implementation as used, which is favored as one the best strategies for handling basic data, especially in social science research. Metadata shall work input analysis and validation are required. Result: quantitative evidence divide correlation among the well-being measures are repeatable to this measure well modest correlated but appeared to be distinct construct result from the regression analysis are both interpreted as from the scores consistently relating both scores for a measure. Several significant findings emerged. Self-efficacy teacher in the course only group becomes significantly self-efficacious compared to teacher in the control group. Stress, no significant indifference were found, suggesting no significant change in the search for any of the group. Burnot, teacher in the course only group because significantly more emotional exhausted and compared to the control group. Quantitative findings following a careful analysis of quantitative data, the development for populations for white teacher well-being changed as a result. The challenge of teacher and PD is present study indication that course only teacher tended to share more challenge about children, notably discussion about offering insight in why their well-being. My school teacher, although the issue course developed teacher strategies for positive relationships with children with solve ideally help teacher manage children challenging behaviors. Course on teacher many have helps offered by it because teacher naturally fall in their teacher practice and with her from it or not online coursework sold in the diagnosis to give more strength demonstrate low leaders in this and identify area to move on truth it is likely more difficult to teacher building to ask them to reflect on the teaching strategy and how it is possibly effective effective their classroom than to simply focus on challenges. Additionally, teachers stand to benefit from the provision of emotional contents and or more opportunities, feedback and big course.
Emotional outlet in online context. Previous research saw that personally with emotion and relationship, strong expressive writing can improve psychological health. Online context provide opportunities for teachers to express their emotion. Discourse and feedback in online context. PCI provide two opportunities for feedback and for discourse. Quizzing and discussion board. Quizzing provide to be much more conducive to rigorous and immediate feedback in information. Teacher will be with us should support particularly course and only teacher. Reflective writing teacher might have avoided declines in well-being due to how the group tended to use discussion board differently than course-only teacher. Through emotional disclosure and receiving prize. Consistent with previous work, this teacher might have experienced added benefits from social leaders than simply solitary disclosure of emotion. Social sharing also provides opportunities for praise or positive feedback which can validate a person's competence. Similarly, given the established benefit of coaching, future work should explore how coaching does relate to teacher well-being. Finally, it is important to acknowledge that the proposition presented represent personal interpretation of the data and should be verified in future studies. That's all we can say. Apologies if there is an error. And if you have anything to ask, please go to Google Classroom. Thank you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.